What's up, football family? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Show. I'm your host, P.L. Coulter. It's week 5, everybody, and today we're going to talk studs, duds, and bye week bargains. All right, so let's get started. Week 5's fantasy football stud at the running back position will be Mr. Frank Gore of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Gore rushed for over 100 yards against the Philadelphia Eagles last year. And last week, those same Eagles gave up 169 yards rushing and a touchdown to the Washington Redskins at 4.8 yards a clip. So look for Gore to get off against the Eagles. He's been very active in the run game and the passing game. So 150 total yards and 2 scores is very realistic for Mr. Gore this Sunday night. Now, it is bye week season, and if you're having some problems setting your lineup because of bye weeks or injuries, don't fret. I got some bye week bargains for you. You may want to start to take a look at Detroit Lions quarterback Shaun Hill. Now, Hill last week threw for over 300 yards passing and ran for over 50 yards rushing in their loss to the Green Bay Packers. Now, look for Hill to be active again this week as he takes on a St. Louis Rams defense that's given up over 230 yards a game. Now, if you're needing a quarterback, you may want to look across the field as well to St. Louis Rams quarterback Sam Bradford. Now, if you took a flyer on Bradford last week, you were rewarded with a 297-yard, 1-touchdown performance. And look for him to be just as productive this week as he takes on a Lions defense that's given up the 4th most points to the quarterback position in fantasy football. Now, if you need a running back because of injury or because of bye week issues, you may want to take a look at Ryan Terrain from the Washington Redskins. Now, Terrain came in last week in relief of injured starter Clinton Portis, and he rushed for 70 yards and a touchdown against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Terrain will be taking on a Green Bay Packers defense that's given up a whopping 5.2 yards per carry. So as long as the game stays within reach, look for him to be a great reach play this week. And if you're really desperate at the running back position, you may want to take a flyer on Chris Ivory from the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Saints will be without their top 2 rushers, Reggie Bush and Pierre Thomas, both out with injuries again this week. Ivory will be splitting carries with Ladell Betts, but he's definitely the better upside play because of his big play potential. Also consider the fact that the New Orleans Saints will be playing a struggling Arizona Cardinals defense, and if Drew Brees in that passing game is able to jump on top early, look for Ivory to get some increased touches in the second half as they look to salt the game away. Now we move on to our Homer Alert for Week 5. Now, if this is your first time watching the show, the Homer pick is your player that you play week in and week out, regardless of his production and regardless of the matchup, because of who he is and where you drafted him, presumably in the 1st or 2nd round. Now, making his Homer Alert debut this year will be Mr. Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, Peterson is a top 2 running back, fantasy or otherwise, and yes, he's been on fire lately. But consider the opponent this week. He's taking on a New York Jets defense on Monday night that's given up the fewest points to the fantasy football running back this year. Also consider the fact that their all-world cornerback, Darrelle Revis, should be making his start on Monday night, which will allow Rex Ryan and his defense to crowd the line of scrimmage and force Brett Favre to throw the ball. Now, other defenses have tried that. However, they're not quite as talented as the Jets defense. So, of course, you can never really bench Adrian Peterson, but you may want to temper your expectations. And I'm just going to take a flyer here to say that he will not be the high-scoring running back on your roster this week if you do start him. Certainly hope this helps you all. Good luck, fantasy football family, on week number 5. In closing, I like to say life is a sport, so always play to win. It's your boy PL. I'm out. God bless.